Hey guys, it's Jason here, and I wanted to make this new video to help you guys make some money. Now, this is going to be a new channel where I'm not a rich person yet. I'm not a rich guy. I think I have a lot of stuff going on in my mind that can help me get rich, and I'd like to share it with you guys. And as I am getting wealthier, hopefully I can help you guys get wealthy too, because someday I'm going to be wealthy, I'm going to be financially independent, and hopefully an internet entrepreneur. So this is my first video, so give me a break here. It's been a minute. I used to make YouTube videos a long time ago, but I decided to start this channel. So it's currently February 7th, I think. It's Monday. It's about 1:45 p.m. And I'm going to be telling you guys about this great opportunity right now, and this is a long-term opportunity. This isn't some get-rich-quick thing, and it's with a new cryptocurrency that came out about a month ago, 2 months ago maybe, called the Graph, and this one is going to change the world as we know it. So background to get into it, what I'm sure people watching this know what crypto is, but to explain it in a deeper context, crypto is like the future of the new internet 2.0 as you could call it. So we're in the stage right now that I would like to compare, we are in the 90s of the first internet, of the internet 2.0, 2021, it's like 1991. We're early into this new blockchain crypto. Nobody understands it. In comparison, it's like people are moving to it. A lot of people are looking at it and they don't understand it at all. They just look at it and they are skeptical. They just don't want to get into it. A lot of people just look at crypto and all these technologies as if how is this useful in my life? How am I benefiting from this? That's a lot how people thought in the 90s about internet. They thought that about Jeff Bezos and Amazon. They're like, who wants to order stuff online to come to their house? Seriously, this is that groundbreaking. It's that small right now. I would put it as that small, despite Bitcoin being at 43K today as Tesla announced that purchase. Bitcoin is tiny compared to what it's going to be. All these cryptocurrencies that all have different things that they do, different operations, different functions that make them useful. Bitcoin, I could get into that later, but this specific video is about the Graph. And what it basically is, I'm getting there in a second. This is a one-take video, and I'm surprised. I haven't made videos in years, and I'm still going on this. So basically the way I look at it is, we are the few people. If you're watching this video, we are a select group of people right now that are paying attention to what's going on, how the internet is changing, what's about to revolutionize and be groundbreaking. Probably one of the biggest things in the next couple decades is going to be crypto. And we're in on it early. And seriously, you got to take opportunity. You got to realize this is a huge opportunity to get more into this, because we can make a lot of money here, guys. This is so early on. I can't stress that enough. The fact that a lot of people are still skeptical about it. You talk to your friends, you talk to your parents, you talk to your family members. Everyone's just that's risky. That's the same thing people were saying for a lot of different new groundbreaking things that end up changing the entire world as we know it. And you just got to be mindful. You got to learn. You can't just listen to what I'm telling you. You got to look for yourself. This is just my opinion. It's not financial. It's not any advice. I'm just telling you what I think. And I like to think that a lot of people are starting to think this. It's really growing like crazy. It's only the beginning. We're at 1% maybe. Seriously. So now to get into the Graph and what that's about is, it is going to revolutionize the way the indexing of crypto happens. I'm wording this poorly. Again, guys, I don't know a ton. I'm not at all a genius on this. I'm one of those people that just has enough knowledge to understand it at the basics. And I hope as I make these videos and do this channel, I'm going to help you guys learn as I help myself learn, because the research I have to do to make these videos is going to educate me. It's going to educate you guys. Everyone's going to benefit from that. So yeah, if you are watching this and you think like you're wrong, you said something stupid, like, okay, call me out on it. Tell me, like, I'm here to learn too. I'm just telling you guys what I'm learning. Hopefully maybe I can build this community where we're all learning, okay? So give me a break. All right, I'm just trying to learn. But I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to read this post that I read. And the title of this video is going to be, is the graph the Google of blockchain? And that is kind of a exaggerated term, but I'm going to get more into it on why I think it actually is similar to that. It's not going to be the same. But a lot of these cryptos, you got to understand, it's literally like they could be groundbreaking, insane, some of the biggest, I don't even want to say companies because they're decentralized. It's not a company. But some of the biggest systems that might run our world in a few decades are these little things right now. And the graph is currently sitting at about $1. I'm invested in myself. I don't see this taking off like crazy immediately, but I'm just getting a speculative holding in it. And that's where like I hold a very small portion of my crypto portfolio in this, because I just want to keep it there. I want to keep looking at it. I don't want to miss out if it skyrockets, but it definitely is one of my favorite cryptocurrencies. So to get into it, holy cow, we're 6 minutes in, and that is not good because I meant this video to be short. So we're going to start. Is graph the new Google of blockchain? So what this post says is, I'm just going to read it to you guys. I wrote this as a response to a comment asking the question, but I've seen the comparison thrown around that I felt like it made sense at the top level post. The Google comparison makes me chuckle a little bit. Imagine if that were your friend, you had very little knowledge of sports, but your friend asks you, hey, I heard about the NBA recently, but I don't know what it is. Can you explain it to me? And then you explain to that person, I'm going to sum this part up because it's not that important. I don't want to focus on this part. It'd be like telling somebody that knows nothing about the NBA that Michael Jordan is the NBA. Like Michael Jordan, it's like this dumb comparison. That's like the beginning of this post. I might have to retake this video, but we'll see. So, this is basically what's happening when people say the graph is like Google. They both deal with basketball, indexing, and searching. Is that a useful connection to make? Sure. Are there additional incorrect connections that people make? Yes, very likely. So, Google indexes and queries the web. What does that mean? Indexing is like the process of looking through data and writing down interesting things about it to make it easier to find out later and look at things later. It goes hand in hand with querying. I can't freaking talk. It's okay. We're going to keep rolling. This is a practice. And if you can very quickly know some interesting things about data, then you don't have to actually look at all the raw data to search through it effectively. It's why when you type cat videos, Google can very quickly respond and give you millions of cat videos. Okay, how does this relate to graph, right? That's the main point that we're trying to get to. So graph is a protocol, a set of rules centered around indexing and searching data that is written in the blockchain. And why don't they just do the indexing themselves like Google? That's the whole point of this whole new thing, guys. It's decentralizing everything. So, for example, say like a new company, my throat, got some stuff in my throat. All right, so Google is a centralized solution. Currently, we live in centralized everything, like centralized banks. That's what Bitcoin is starting to put an end to. And then centralized data, like, for example, Google holds a lot of data servers all over, which makes it so that you can find information very quickly because, say you live in Houston, and I don't live in Houston. I could show you outside. There's 2 feet of snow where I live, and that's why I'm inside reading because can't do anything outside. It's 0 out. But, so, say you live in Houston, and the only server Google had was in Canada. It would take a minute for you to search things, but Google is all over the place. But it's centralized because Google owns all of it. And if you wanted to own your own Google, make your own Google right now, that costs a lot of capital. You wouldn't be able to compete with Google. No one in their right mind could actually make a startup right now that competes with Google. It'd be very hard to do. It's probably possible. I don't want somebody to comment right now and be like, dude, somebody can. I don't want to hear that. My point is, It's very hard to do that. Google basically holds a monopoly over search engines. And if I were to try to make a new server, I would have to have servers all over the world. It'd cost a lot of money for me to make a thing that's even close to competitive like Google. It wouldn't happen. It costs way too much money. So the point of the graph is again, let me explain how like Google is one provider doing all the work, and then the graph would have it all over the place. It's like Web 2.0, and we're moving to a decentralized world where everything isn't one single provider. There are thousands all over the place with the graph. Everyone can own it. You can delegate. You can own shares of the graph. It's not a share. It's I don't even remember what they call it. Dang it. But you can own one little thing. Like I don't even know. I don't want to tell you guys. I own a fair amount of GRT, and anywhere that I want to put them, I can delegate them to somebody making their own type of indexing and search engine for blockchain. So say you have a world where there's thousands of tiny Googles for blockchain data. With one, geez, I gotta clear my throat. Just ate some spicy chicken, and yeah. So, which one would you go to? How would you know which one you want to go to, which one's good? If I wanted to be a tiny Google for blockchain data, how would I go about that? This is the problem space that graph aims to solve. Again, I'm reading this and like paraphrasing. That's why I'm looking here. So the graph sets up a marketplace for indexers to come in and index blockchain data and serve queries. And these are delegators that help provide network security by delegating people's tokens. They're called tokens. There we go. Sorry, guys. To the indexers who are doing good work for the system. Curators stake their tokens on subgraph interfaces to the data that they think will be valuable. For example, there is a I am sorry, this is probably 1,000 people, 10 people, only people watching just left because I can't talk because I've been talking for a minute. Spicy food doesn't help. Okay, now there is a Uniswap subgraph currently on testnet. DApp developers, dude, again, I don't know these terms well. I know the picture of this and know why it's important. But like, so you guys are going to call me uneducated on this. I'm trying to learn too. But they want to access blockchain data, these developers, but can't afford to stand up to entire infrastructure themselves. It's a lot of capital, costs a lot of money. It's like standing to a Google. And they find it more cost effective not to. So then they pay their indexers for queries. Fees get distributed to all the various roles based on protocol rules and parameters. I'm stupid, okay? You got to get over it. I'm not good at pronouncing words sometimes, but it's okay. I won't go further into the details of the protocol. Lots of learning resources from that is what this post says. I hope this helps and adds some clarity to how the graph and Google relate to each other. Yes, I did read this on the Reddit graph page, but that's not where I started learning about this. The thing that I find so impressive about this is that it'll be awesome with censorship going on, with things like that are happening right now in our world. You decentralize the search engine. Do you realize how powerful that is? It'll make so many people be able to contribute. It's kind of like how Bitcoin, all these different computers are attached to this network. They are the network. Me mining it on my computer, which I don't do, that'd be stupid. Everyone mining it, they are the network. And all across the world, it's spread out. And in order to shut that down, they'd have to take it all out. And basically what this means is there would be a search engine that is big, but nobody owns it. Like everyone owns it. You can own as much of it as you want. You can own as little of it as you want. But nobody technically owns the search engine. So nobody can do anything to it. It's honestly a beautiful concept. Decentralized is awesome. Like, it's going to change our world. And it's actually the most powerful thing to keep our world free right now. It's going to decentralize everything. It's going to keep... I'm pissed that I ate spicy food before this. I'm sorry. It's going to keep the whole world free. Like any corrupt governments, any authoritative governments, anything like that is just closing down on their people. This is such a powerful weapon and tool for these people to use as it gets bigger. I'm talking about all crypto, because it won't be so, the government won't be able to do anything. What are they going to do? I mean, some places, yes, they could go to every house and confiscate their laptops, their phones, and get that server out of there. But it's going to be very hard to do. This is a beautiful concept. It is literally like what cryptocurrency means to me is freedom. It's going to be so powerful. It's going to be so beautiful. There's going to be, in the future, I predict so many great things to happen. So many countries that the people have just been dealing with their corrupt, oppressive government their whole lives and for generations and hundreds of years. This is going to end all of that eventually, because all the information won't be able to be stopped. The government won't be able to censor things. The government won't be able to regulate your money. The government won't be able to print a bunch of money and screw their people by hyperinflating their dollar like what's happening in the US right now. And that's why I hold barely any cash, because I put almost all of it into crypto. I'm withdrawing almost all my money from the stock markets. I have a little bit here and there. However, this is going to revolutionize the whole world. You don't realize what we are about to see soon. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to just keep putting almost every paycheck I get, I put almost all of it into crypto. You can call me crazy. They say don't do that, but people don't realize what is about to happen. This is going to be awesome. It's going to be a big threat to governments. I think there could be some very scary things that could happen, because I think the government's not going to like this. They're not going to give up easy. They're going to hate the fact that they can't control and manipulate the dollar and how much it's contracting, how much it's expanding. They're going to hate that they can't do that. They're going to fight it. There might be regulations, but the bigger and bigger it gets, the harder it'll be to stop. They won't be able to do anything. That's my prediction. They're going to try, but get your money out of the US dollar, get your money out of any currency you have right now, and put most of it into Bitcoin is what I would do. That's what I would do, and I think you're going to be thankful later, because they can't inflate it. They can't. Now, I'm going to end this video because it's 17 freaking minutes long. To end it, I just wanted to tell you guys, I'm going to try to recommend like one book to you guys every video I make. So the first video I think I'd like to tell you about would be, or book I'd like to tell you about is The Bitcoin Standard. Just look that book up. I forget who freaking writes it. I read so many books. Like, that's what I've been doing with my life right now, because I want to be rich. I want you guys to be rich. I want to tell you guys what I learned. I want us all to get rich. Hope you have a wonderful day. If you have any questions, ask me. I'm still learning too. Call me out, critique me, do anything like that. Seriously, I want to know. I want to become better. I'll see you guys in the next video. This was supposed to be a practice video, but I think I'm just going to upload it. Screw it.